Lesson 4.3, Writing Equations in Point-Slope Form. In this lesson, you will learn to write equations of lines in point-slope form and write equations in different forms. So the vocabulary first section is point-slope form. Okay, so what is point-slope form? So point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. M is still the slope, right? And the point x1 comma y1 is just a point on the line. So in order to write something in point slope form, all you need is those colored things. So you need m and then y1 and x1. So you need a point and a slope. Hence the name point slope form. So using that formula, which you will have to memorize, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We can use this information. So this is our slope, and this is our point x1 comma y1. All I'm doing is plugging in these values. So negative 3 over 2 for m, negative 2 for x1, and 0 for y1. So I get y minus 0 equals negative 3 over 2 x minus x1, which is negative 2. And then we're just going to simplify. You don't have to write minus 0 because it's just itself. And then negative 3 over 2, and we're just going to change that to x plus 2 to make it look nicer. And that's it. You stop there. And that is point slope form. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. So we just want to do a quick summary of what we've learned in this chapter. So if you're given the slope and 1 point, the first step you're going to do is substitute the value of m and the coordinates x1 and y1 into the equation and solve for b. So you find the intercept. And then once you have the slope and the intercept, you plug them into the equation. If you're not given the slope and you're just given 2 points, the first thing you do is you find the slope, and then you choose one of the 2 points, and you use that to find b. And then you plug it in to the equation. All right, so just a review of some of the forms we've learned. So remember, standard form from the last chapter has all the variables on the same side. A is positive, and there are no fractions or decimals or common factors. So first thing I want to do to get this to standard form is I want to get the variables on the same side. So when I do that, minus 3 over 4x to both sides, I get negative 3 over 4x plus y equals negative 5. And we don't want to have any fractions. And the number in front of x can't be negative. So if I multiply this whole equation by a negative 4, that negative 4 is going to cancel with this negative 4. I'm going to get 3x. Negative 4 times y is negative 4y. And negative 4 times negative 5 is a positive 20. Looking at this, I don't have any common factors to all 3 numbers. So now this is standard form. Okay? So let's say that I'm given something in point slope form. So this is a point slope. So it's of this form. So if I want to get it to slope intercept is y equals mx plus b. So to get something to be y equals mx plus b, I need the y to be by itself. So that means I want to isolate this. So first thing I'm going to do, before I do that, I'm just going to distribute this over here. So I'm going to get 4 over 3x, and 4 over 3 times a negative 3 makes negative 4. And now I want to get the y by itself, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides, and I get y equals 4 over 3x plus 1. And now it is in slope-intercept form. Okay, let's say I have this, and I want to get it in, write an equation in point-slope form for the line containing the side BC. So from here to here. So I have 2 points, right? So first thing I want to do is come up with the slope. So in point slope form, that's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So to do that, I need slope and a point. So I can easily find a point. I can call this x1 and y1, but I need the slope. So I'm going to use both points to find the slope. So remember, slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 3 minus a negative 2 over 4 minus 6. And so I get 5 over negative 2, negative 5 over 2. So this is my m. So then I'm just plugging in those things that I have. So x1 is 6, y1 is negative 2, and m is negative 5 over 2. So y minus a negative 2 makes it plus 2 equals negative 5 over 2 times x minus 6. And that's it. That is now point slope form. Okay, part B says to write the equation in standard form for the same line. So if I want this to be standard form, I can rearrange this so that it's in standard form. So y plus 2 equals negative 5 over 2 x minus 6. So I'm going to distribute that slope through. So I'm going to have negative 5 over 2x, and then it's going to be plus 15. Okay, so standard form gets all the variables on the same side. So I'm going to do plus 5 over 2x, and the constants on the other side. So I'm going to do minus 2. Okay, so they cancel, and I get 5 over 2x plus y equals 13. Now I need this to be standard form. This is not standard form because of this 5 over 2. It needs to be a whole number. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So I get 5x plus 2y equals 26. And now this does not have any factors in common, so this is now standard form. And that is the end of this section. So I will go through some extra problems for you to try.